Hey guys, thank you for the hearts there. Look at that. Cool. I am in my car. I actually just got done dropping my daughter off at her gymnastics place and had a couple of questions come in today that I wanted to address before I start driving and head home. So we're going to make this one kind of quick today, but had a couple of questions from a few people. Bill asked, hold on, I've got his questions right here in front of me. Bill said, two questions, he said. First of all, what is the difference between a blog and an instructional or informational video, and when would you use one over the other? He also said, how does a person, especially a new person, determine or figure out if they're better at cold market prospecting, warm market prospecting, or using social media to prospect or generate leads, and basically what should they focus on? So I'm gonna focus on answering those two questions today from this little coaching in my car session. By the way, before I answer those, remember that these Periscope chats are 100% fueled by your questions. If I don't get questions, we don't do Periscope chats. So if you want help with your business, make sure that you hit me up on Twitter. Send me your question through Twitter using, just send it to me, hit me up using my username, which is Tyson Zahner, and use the hashtag #AskTyson. All right? And so let's go ahead and get started, and let's answer these questions today from Bill. So the first question about what's the difference between a blog and an instructional or an informational video, and when would you use one over the other? So first of all, you can put a video on your blog. I typically do that, right? And in fact, if you want to go over to marketing-boot-camp.com and check out today's blog post, you'll see that I have a YouTube video. People could find that video on YouTube, but I also wrote a blog post about it as well, basically kind of summarizing what I said in the video. So when would you use one over the other? Well, really, a blog is a piece of property that you own and control, right? So the problem with YouTube is that I don't own it, right? I mean, it's free and it gets a lot of traffic, but I don't own that. I don't own that piece of real estate, right? Google owns YouTube. And so whenever I put my content on my blog instead, I'm putting it on an asset that I do own and control, and there's a lot of advantages to that. Number one, if something were to happen to my YouTube channel, at least I've still got my content on my blog, and I could always re-upload that video to another video hosting service and then just put it back on my blog, right? So really, but all a blog and all a video, an informational video is just a media type, right? That's it. Your ability to generate leads or to attract people to you or build your brand is going to be determined more on your ability to communicate, not on the message that you use. I mean, I've literally seen some really great marketers. I saw one marketer who wrote an entire sales letter while he was on a plane. He wrote it on a piece of notebook paper, and instead of going home and typing the notebook paper into like something all, like polished looking, he took his notebook paper and he scanned it and he sent it out to his email list and made like tens, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars of sales. Now, this is a big marketer, but I mean, literally, the medium that you use is not really what matters. It's the content. It is the message that you use. And when should you use one over the other? My opinion is that you should use video any chance that you get, because it really allows you to brand yourself and get your prospects to trust you a lot faster and build rapport with them. And in fact, if you are not registered already, you can register for my video marketing blueprint course that I'm doing tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern. If you don't catch it live, you can catch the replay. Go to successwithtyson.com/VMB for video marketing blueprint if you want to register for that. But my opinion is, I think you should try and incorporate video every chance you can. And I try to put my content, my videos on my blog. Sometimes I'm busy or I'm lazy, and it's just easier to put it on my, it's easier to just put it on my YouTube channel and not necessarily put it on my blog. So, I mean, it really just kind of depends, but my opinion is that you should always be using video, and you should put it on a property that you do own and control if you've got the time to do that. Sometimes I just get lazy and I only put it on YouTube. So I hope that helps to answer that question. Give me some hearts if that was helpful. Anybody? Anybody? Helpful? Yes? No? All right. So let's answer Bill's. So there we go. There's some hearts. Thanks. If you don't know how to give hearts, tap the screen. Give me some love, folks. All right, cool. Second question that Bill said was, how does a person know or figure out if they are better at cold market prospecting, warm market prospecting, or using social media to prospect and generate leads? Well, the answer to that question is that when you first start, if you've never done any of them, you will probably suck at all three. So it's not really a question of figuring out what you're best at. I think it's really a matter of figuring out how you want to build your business. And that's really where I struggled. I mean, when I first started, I tell people, there's no one right way to build your business. The right way to build your business is the way that's right for you. There are some people that are really overly social, and like if they go an hour without talking to another human being, they're just like, they freak out, right? That's not me. And so for some people, cold market prospecting and talking to strangers and meeting new people is what they would really enjoy. They may not be really great at it. They might not know exactly what to say, but it might fit their personality and their skill set. And so they should focus on that, because that is something that they would enjoy and that they could develop quickly, even if they're not good at it right away. For me, I wanted to do, video marketing, talking to you guys through video. I wanted something that was a little more leveraged. Obviously, with cold market prospecting, I can't be talking to more than one person at a time. And so I opted to utilize these videos. And yes, Ebony, I would say creating videos was a game changer for me. I mean, it allowed me to reach hundreds and even thousands of people with one message, as opposed to trying to say the same message 1,000 times to 1,000 different people, right? And so there's just a lot of leverage in this. I can take this, this Periscope video, for example. It's recording on my phone at the same time that I'm saying it to you guys. And for those of you guys who are on live, you're hearing this message, but I'm going to save it and I'll probably upload it to YouTube and put it on my blog, and other people can learn from this exact same message. Does that make sense? And so to answer Bill's question about, how do you determine what you're best at? I think it's a matter of figuring out what you want to be best at. It's not, you will probably suck at everything when you first get started. I did. I wasn't good at videos when I first got started. I couldn't talk to a camera naturally like this. I was so nervous I would read off of a piece of paper. Now on tomorrow's video marketing blueprint, for those of you who are already registered to attend that, if you're not registered, once again, for those of you who just joined us, it's successwithtyson.com/VMB for Video Marketing Blueprint. And, I'm going to walk you through basically a formula so that you've got like a blueprint or a layout of what you should say in your, inside of your videos. So hopefully that'll be helpful to you. And then Bill's kind of follow-up question, let me finish with this. He said, does a person determine that with their leader? I kind of answered that. Should a person always start with their warm market or cold market at the same time and then get training on social media? Let me address that as well, because that's a really good question. And my answer is, where should you put your focus? It depends, number one, on, like I said, partially about, what skills you want to develop based on your personality. But I think it also depends on where you're at in your business and what you need. If you're at a place in your business where you need sales and signups like yesterday, you need cash flow. There's a lot of people out there, I know, their back's up against the wall, they've got bills coming, and they got into network marketing or affiliate marketing or whatever because they need money now. If that is the case for you, then I believe that you should focus on learning how to talk to people, because that is going to be your fastest way to get eyeballs on a presentation. For me, I did not have to do that. I have a pretty successful photography studio that brings a fairly decent income, and I wanted I wanted to get involved in network marketing and inside of an opportunity for additional income and for additional stability with my income, right? I wanted additional income streams. For me, my back wasn't up against the wall, okay? If my back was up against the wall, you know what I would do? I would get out and I'd hit the pavement and I would talk to people, because that's what you got to hustle, right? But at the same time, I would be looking at a long-term vision of where I wanted to take my business. And I would know, for me, if I lost everything tomorrow, if my photography studio went down the drain, I lost my house, I went broke, I would get in a network marketing company and I would go out and I'd hit the pavement and I would start talking to people, even though I don't enjoy that and I'm not that good at it. I would get better at it through failing, right? And as a result, I would get results immediately. I'd start creating cash flow, but I would also be looking at the long-term strategy for my business, and I would say, you know what? I don't only want to be prospecting people. I want a point where I don't have to talk to people anymore, or go out and talk to strangers if I don't want to. So I would build kind of a dual strategy where down here, if you can see my hand, would be, all right, this is me prospecting while I have to. And up here is level 2, where I am also putting out content for me in the form of videos or blog posts where people are going to find me over time automatically with enough of that content out there to where I'm generating leads on autopilot and I don't have to be out talking to people and, and actively recruiting. So what you should put your focus on kind of depends on what your goals are. My goals were not so much that I needed income right away or that I wanted to go out and that I wanted to go out and immediately recuperate my investment. For me, it was about saying, you know what, I envision where I can be a year from now. I said this to myself a year ago, and I said, okay, I'm going to start building an empire of content that's out there on the internet that is going to attract people to me. So I hope that helps. I hope that kind of answers all of you guys' questions. Once again, we are doing the live video marketing blueprint training where I'm going to teach you exactly how to get red hot leads through content, specifically through video. But even if you want to do it through blogging, tomorrow's training will be helpful to you. So you can go to successwithtyson.com/VMB for video marketing blueprint. If anybody else has any last minute questions before we sign off for today, I'm going to head home and get some supper and all of that stuff. Feel free to ask a question or two. If you don't have any questions and you just loved today's training, feel free to tap the screen a bunch of times and give me some hearts if you found this to be helpful. And if you don't have any questions, if you do, I'll be happy to read them. I don't see any coming in. Loved it. Thanks, Ebony. Glad you enjoyed it. Thanks for the hearts. Okay. Awesome, guys. Well, it doesn't look like we have any questions. If you do have questions for me, I'm happy to answer them right here on Periscope. Send them to me via Twitter. My Twitter handle, once again, is Tyson Zahner, and use the hashtag AskTyson. We'll talk to you guys on the next Periscope. Take care. Bye.